Hey everybody, Assalamu alaikum. It's Suhail, the Moroccan runner here, back again with another vlog. Today I'll be talking to you all about my fall 2021 racing season. I'll be giving you a recap. It's been a fun and eventful one, so let's get right to it. Okay, so this fall racing season I ran 6 races, all 5K distance, from early October all the way until yesterday, December 18th. They're all pretty fun races, so let's just go ahead and list them off. So race number 1 was kind of a rust buster. I was just getting back into running again and building up my mileage and putting in some quality workouts again. It went terribly. I went out and tried to just run hard and see what I can do. That's kind of the point of a rust buster, just getting all that gunk out of the legs and getting that race feeling again. So I ran not a great run, but it was a good wake-up call to tell me, hey, like, maybe you should like get fit before you want to race again. Okay, so race number 2 was the race that I did in early November. It was up at elevation. It was at altitude about 5,000 something feet in Colorado. I ran it with some of my good friends, and it was really a good exercise and just having fun and racing and really getting out there and just doing it. It was a really good time. I had put in a few weeks of work by that time, so my time did drop a little bit. I felt a little bit better. I had a little bit more give in the legs. My endurance was getting better. I ran a 17:08, 17 minutes and 8 seconds approximately, which filled me with a lot of confidence because this is up at altitude. It's a lot tougher than down at sea level. Race number 3 was the Thanksgiving turkey trot that I did a few weeks back. That was almost a month ago now. So I'll probably link up that video that I did about it here somewhere. It was a really fun race. It was a good confidence booster for sure because I ran very close to my personal best on a tough course. It was pretty hilly, lots of up and down, and I also had a lot left in the tank by the end of the race. I was close to pretty much sprinting at the end, which is like a good sign that was telling me, hey, like you actually have more to give. So that filled me with a lot of confidence going into 5K number 4, which was the Jingle Bells 5K. I did a report on that as well. I will link the video. I think it'll be up above somewhere. That was a fun time. I went out there and very much surprised myself. I had put in some more work. I was feeling strong. I was feeling confident. And I went out there and ran pretty hard. I came in at 16 minutes and 15 seconds, which is a personal best by quite a bit. I was super pleased with that, and I had more confidence from that as well because I finished at the end very strong. I had a lot, I don't want to say a lot, but I had quite a bit to give. I was still kind of moving very fast towards the end relatively to the previous kilometers in that same race. So race number 5, which was this like local race series out here. It's called Shiver by the river. It's by the Schuylkill River. It was cold and it was windy, so the conditions weren't the best. I ran a harder effort, I felt, than the week before at the Jingle Bells 5K, but because of the wind, because of the race condition, the course as well was not the best. It was a little bit of climbing, a little bit of uphill. Hey, I'm not making excuses. I'm just stating the facts. But I ran a hard effort. I think I ran like a 16:20 something, which not a personal record, but very close to it. And effort-wise, it was a higher effort than that 16 minutes and 15 seconds that I did the week before. So pleased with it. Take it on to the next week. Race number 6, which was just yesterday, it was the Santa Shuffle 5K. It was like a little fun race, kind of a local, not very competitive. Everybody was dressed up in like Santa Claus costumes, so that was very fun. I dressed up myself. I'll probably put in a picture here somewhere for y'all to enjoy. But I ran a hard race. I went out and I was kind of alone at the front. There was nobody there really pushing me or anything, so it was a lot of mental and physical work. I kind of wish there was somebody there to push me because I probably would have run a faster time. So I came in my watch told me it was 5K at about 16 minutes and 17 seconds, thereabouts. So it was right on par with the previous efforts the past couple weeks. So I think that's kind of like where I'm at, unless I have some extra push either conditions wise or like people. Like I think if I had people to chase, I probably would run a faster race. But I will take it for what it is. I'm very happy with it, and that's the overall recap. So let's talk about what we learned and what we can take into the future and what's next for me. What are my plans? So all right. So I had a ton of fun racing pretty much weekly for the last 4 weeks, and I had a couple more races in the weeks prior to that that are a little bit more spaced out. It was just something that I've never done before. I haven't really raced this often, probably ever. So it was a cool learning experience. So here are 3 things that I learned. The first one is that the 5K is kind of a race of fine margins. It's easy to overcook the race and have a bad time. So if you go out too hard, you're going to pay the price. I knew that intellectually, but in practice, it's a different, like you have to feel it. You have to know what that feels like. And it's really a margin of seconds we're talking. I mean, you go out maybe 3 or 4 seconds per kilometer, a little bit faster, and you pay the price on kilometers 2, 3, and 4. Kilometer five usually, unless you're absolutely dead, you will find something to pull out of the tank or out of the well, I guess. So the number 2 thing that I learned from this very fun racing season is to be more brave and to go for it more, which I was kind of learning towards the later races that I'd had the past 2 or 3 weeks. I learned to really trust myself and trust my ability and just go run hard. Number 3, it's not so much a lesson, but it's more of a reminder, is that if you put in the work, the results will follow. If you keep on showing up week in and week out, day in and day out, and putting in the work, staying healthy, taking care of yourself and your body, you will get better. You will get fit. You have to trust that. A lot of times people lose sight of that in the middle of training, or especially early on in their training cycles. And I kind of had those thoughts creeping in after I ran that first race where I ran, I don't know, like an 18:30 something 5K, which to me was, 2 minutes slower than my best. It was very much humbling, but to me, I think I did well there in that I took it more as a, okay, now let's get to work kind of attitude rather than, oh no, woe is me, I am so unfit. I think that mindset is really important to have and to keep, and to know, all right, yes, you had a bad race or you didn't run well, but you have a good reason for it. And here's why. I haven't been running in a long time. I'm just now building things back up again. So forgive yourself, put your head down, put in the work, stay healthy, and take care of yourself. The results will come for sure. All right, so yeah, the Moroccan runner. These races are great and all, but what do you got next? And what I do have next is the Boston Marathon. That'll be in April 2022. So if you'd like to keep up with that journey still, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. Throw me a like and hit the bell and all that fun stuff. If you're interested, that is. And with that, that's my time. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Take it easy.